Yo, 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 yo. What up? What up? What up? What's up? How y'all doing tonight? How's everyone? How you living? How you living? How you doing? How you doing? Glad that I finally got to go out today. I was gonna go to the gym, but I'm gonna push it back just a little bit. I think because I feel like if I were to go to the gym right now, I'd fall asleep right after. I wouldn't be able to get it out. What's up? How y'all doing? How you living? How's everybody? How's everybody doing tonight? How's the audio? Let me turn this down. God damn. Actually, it's even too loud for me. What up, baby love? How you doing? Appreciate you stopping by. Appreciate you showing love the other day too. Hope y'all subscribe to the homies. They're good, solid cats. I had a lot of fun doing that. I might do it again in the future. If anybody wants to hit the panel and join in the discussion, I'd appreciate it. You don't have to cam up either if you don't want. It's all good. I'm trying to phrase the topic in a way that everybody can understand, right? It's typical. It's something I've been wanting to do for a while, but just haven't really found the right cast for it. Like, what do you think is the bigger problem for men and women today? Is it men being pro men? Is it women being pro women? There's internet slang that I can use for it, but not everybody talks like that. So, oh shit, damn! I didn't expect that fast. All right, cool. Also, if anybody would like to buy a wrench, they're $5. It's a one-time fee. You don't gotta pay like a week or a month. It's a one-time fee and it's a lifetime. Keep it unless you want to get rid of it. Let me show you. Come on, why did I work with you? Alright, cool. Bada boom, ba bam. Okay, let me pin it to the top so anybody can join when they want to. There we go. Yo, what's up?
Hello. Hi, how you doing?
How you doing? I'm good. How
I'm
are
doing
you?
good. I'm doing good.
Appreciate you stopping by.
I actually came up because I want to hear you sing. I remember you sing very beautiful.
What?
I remember that. I heard you singing before. You have a
I
good
did.
voice. I heard you singing.
I don't remember. I'm
This
gonna
was
be
like
real with you.
in the beginning. This was like in the beginning when you first started. I remember. And I was like, "Damn, he got some vocals on him."
Oh
Yeah,
shit. Yeah. That's a while ago, huh? That's crazy.
yeah. It's been a while. Yeah, for sure.
How you been?
For sure. For sure. I've been good. Just doing my thing. Yeah,
That's good. That's good.
yeah. No, but I've been following
I
you for
have
a
a
while.
for real?
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
shit! I
I
appreciate
don't.
it. Thank you.
Yeah, I think I started like when you first started. I started following you, and then I went off doing my
Oh,
own thing.
okay.
But yeah, I'm always like I keep tabs on what you're doing. So that's what's up. You always have
Oh,
good like topics and stuff.
yeah, cool. Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah. So you want to talk about what's the biggest problem between men and females, right?
Yeah, like it's because today there's like a lot of there's like big topic and discussions. I don't know if you know what feminism and stuff is, right?
I was about to say
But
that. Yep. The whole feminist movement. It's out of control. Um,
I was gonna ask
I
you about
think
that
that
too.
yeah, there's a fine line between being like a feminist, right, and crossing boundaries, right. I mean, I feel like a woman has to play a role, and it's not just like because it's by in the Bible, right? In the Bible, it tells you women plays a role and the man does what they have to do. But
Yes, ma'am.
I feel nowadays women they feel overpowered, like they not overpowered. I feel like they overpower men, right? And they're like
Yeah.
kind of dismissive of what men can do for them. And I find that to be not disrespectful, but I just don't understand it. Me for one, I like the role of being a woman. Like I've said this before. I don't have a problem with being submissive to the person I'm with. I
Yeah,
think that's important. Yeah. So
that's cool. That's cool to hear. Because
yeah.
just like it's gotten to a point now today where a lot of people have just forgotten, have lost sight of what they're, have lost I've lost the
Purpose.
plot basically. Yeah, yeah, the purpose of the plot. And nowadays it's men hating women, women hating men, and it's like less and less
Yeah.
relationships are happening, and it's like everyone's becoming a bigger detriment to each other when it's supposed to be a union. That was the whole
Exactly.
point.
Exactly.
It's
Exactly.
like
I
not
think
on one.
a,
Oh, go ahead.
a lot of it's superficial, right? Because women now are like, I see it a lot, especially in the younger generation. It's like, oh, he can't take care of me. Then what use do I need? Or like it's about money. It's about money for a lot of the younger girls. And that to
Yeah,
me, it kind of it takes away from what a woman is supposed to be.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I talk to dudes too, when a lot of guys, because there's a lot of spaces coming up, and on the man side they have like this red pill and manosphere stuff, and it's just
Right.
it's almost like feminism kind of, but it's like the difference between the two is feminism is like backed and protected by like the government and stuff like that, and on the men's side
Right.
it's just a bunch of dudes on the internet talking, but the talking points are essentially the same because whatever it was supposed to be before,
Yeah.
now just like, no, I hate that bitch, no, I hate that dude, I hate this, right? It's like,
Right.
not to mention people watch these things and they're soaking it in, and you have to understand that when if you're older, your words are
Yeah.
gonna more or less come across as like, well, maybe he's older, maybe he seems to know the truth, that seems to be convincing, I'm gonna believe him. The more impressionable younger minds,
Yeah.
right?
Exactly.
You're not in charge of that, but in a way you are kind of responsible if you're going to be on a platform vocalizing what your opinion is, and if it's going to
Well,
be a detriment, you know
yeah.
what I mean, it's going to come
It's
across as
toxic.
like artificial.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's toxic for sure. Um, like the way I see it is like, well, yeah, men could be felt towards women. Like the whole like demeaning women has become more common on media or whatever, social media.
Yeah.
But like in reality, look at the divorce rate, right? Like there's a higher divorce rate now where people feel like they don't need each other. But look at how fucking miserable people are living now. You know what I mean? Like
Yep.
it's always chaotic. It's chaotic. Like they have no union, like you said earlier. Families, like how many women are not raising children on their own because they feel that they could do it on their own, and they could. You know what I mean? But the
Yeah.
foundation's broken. Like the whole foundation, the family foundation and values and shit like that, it goes out the window
Yeah.
when that happens.
The
Yeah.
woman shouldn't
Yeah.
take care of the kid by herself. That's, you know what I mean.
Exactly.
The man and the woman went half on it, so it's like that's equal responsibility.
Yeah, and then what are you teaching your children? You know what I mean? Like what kind of values are you
Yeah.
teaching your children? And I just think it's ugly. I really do.
And it almost feels like the marriages feel fake because they're just getting in it just to stay in it for a while so they can get a certain amount after they leave.
Right. Exactly. Where's the love at? You know, where's the
Yep.
values? Where's the that beauty that comes in a relationship and a unionship? You know, it's out the
Yep.
window. Um,
It's,
I get
it's
it.
it's weird if you think about the psychology of it too, because it's like you're both putting in time with each other like this, and you're spending like damn near. If it's not falling in love, then it's like it sends a message just to not do it then, because you're gonna push people away from it. People are gonna say, "Well, what's the point of it if they're just gonna this, or if they're just gonna that?" And it's like, damn, it's kind
But
of
that's
hard
where
to
we're
argue against it.
yeah. But that's where you lose the values, right? You don't value your partner. Look, mama. That's for that. This is mine. You lose the value of loving a person. You know what I mean? Like you don't even they don't even take the time anymore to understand a person. Right. They just like right away give up. You know, and that's weak.
Yep.
That's weak to me. You know, like if you're gonna be with like me, for example, like I when I'm in a relationship, I want to be completely invested in it. You know, um,
Yeah.
put my whole self in it because I mean, who wants to be in a union where you're gonna be miserable and just think about yourself all the time? You know.
Especially
It's
if you're
wrong.
gonna have that, there's no point.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I
I see a
think the
lot of people
biggest problem.
not even wanting to have children no more, you know? A lot of people don't want
Yep.
to have children no more. Yeah.
Yep. The
Yeah.
birth rates are dropping a lot.
Yeah. Definitely. Definitely.
And what's messed up is you have a lot of laws too that play a factor in it because they can. It's like saying if a woman can break up with you for any reason, or a man can break up with you and take everything from you. It's like, you know what I mean? It's
Mm-hmm.
just everything. It's just all pushed to break up the traditional family household.
Right. Well, see, we saw that with the whole the welfare system, right? When they first placed the welfare system, right? Where it's like, oh,
Yep.
you no longer you okay, where the government's gonna help you, but you can no longer have the man in the house. You know what I mean? And it's like
Exactly.
they started that cycle. Honestly, they broke the family foundation and values and morals and everything. That's why it's become um it's discouraging, honestly, you know, for the younger
Yep.
youth. I mean, I was raised differently, but the younger youth they're like on social media, they're seeing all this shit, you know, and some people are
Exactly.
very susceptible. Yeah. Yep.
Everything's in front of the camera now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not saying it wasn't like this before, but now it's just like now everything has a camera to it, and there's evidence of this
Yeah.
stuff happening.
Exactly. It's I find it I find it strange, right? How people they're easy to like domestic violence videos, right? It's starting to become like so what, you know, like so what? Who
Yep.
cares? You know,
Normal. That's sad.
everybody goes through it. Normalized, exactly. Um, and instead of like you know, I mean, we used to like in my day we used to work things behind you know at home
Yep. I
and with
think
the personal, you know.
Yep.
Now it's like it's like it's in a way it's a way of embarrassing your partner. In other words, you know.
Yep.
I don't know. It's just weird.
Now your pain is like for everyone else's entertainment now.
Exactly, right? It's like when did we all become a freak show? You know? That's what it is.
You
It's a
got
freak
kids
show. It's a
growing up with that
circus.
trauma who are, grow up scared of that stuff. Yep.
No, why not scared. They just
And
again
that's
it's
messed up because
normalizing the situation, you know? Okay, mama. Yeah. I see more like couples like living apart from each other, children like, you know, I mean like for me, for example, like a male role model, right? In the home it's
yeah,
essential, you know, it's essential. And now I see
yeah,
like couples just like, oh well, you go with your dad for the weekend, you go with your mom for the weekend or whatever. Um they lose that unionship between their parents, right? I mean, who doesn't
yeah.
want their parents to be living together, happy, you know, like that whole example
The bonds are
of
broken.
yeah, you know? It's insane to me. It's insane to me.
And you got
But
both the mom and the dad bringing in random people, and it's like, how the
yeah,
hell can I connect with this if they're just here just to have sex with my mom or my dad? And just like,
yeah,
what was and then the kids essentially target themselves. It's like, what was the whole point of having me then? Is this what I'm supposed to be destined to?
Yeah,
And then
exactly.
the stigma of that gets brought onto them because then they're innocent in all this. They're the ones who really lose out in all of it.
Yeah, yeah. They're lost, pretty much. They're lost. It's
Yep.
like who do I run? Who do I run to? Like what? Like mom's fucking boyfriend on the weekend. Um, and again, the dad, like however you want to see it. Like single moms, like, oh, we don't need him. Like blah 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 blah. You know what I mean? Um,
Yep.
they need to be with their dad. They need to learn how to do manly things. Like what a man does. A woman, no matter, like, even women. Some women are like, oh yeah, I raised a man. Blah blah blah. Not really, right? Not really. Like you can only do so much in a
Exactly.
boy's life. Yeah, yeah. It's crazy. It's insane.
It's like after a certain amount of time, the boys with the mom is like. After that, the dad. Not saying the dad isn't active before that either, but it's like after a certain age, the man has to step in and really take charge and hold of that. Just
Exactly.
like how the daughter would, just like how the daughter would need the mom more after a certain age too.
Exactly. Right. There's only certain things that we could teach our children. As a mother and as a father, right? We have our roles to teach them. Like that's what I'm saying. Like women, um, like they say, oh, women who raise boys, they raise them kind of like weak. They're kind of like a little more
Feminine.
feminine or whatever. Yeah.
Yep.
Um, and it's true to a point, right? Um,
Yeah.
they're more like I would say sensitive towards women, right? But
Yeah.
they don't have I feel like some of them don't have the character to deal with women. They're I don't know. I feel like some guys are like the younger kids. They don't know how to put their foot down sometimes. And women, because they're being raised by themselves, or the girls, they feel like they could overpower men. I see a lot of like girls like slapping around their boyfriends and shit like that. I'm like, dude, that's so disrespectful. That's so disrespectful. Like
Yep.
one thing my mom taught me is like never slap a man in the face. But I,
Yeah.
I see it more often and more common. Like the disrespect is beyond belief. On both
Yep.
sides. On both sides, yeah, yeah,
Now it's all for shock value now.
yeah, yeah. And it's sad. It's sad.
I was thinking about this the other day because regardless of how much you want to quote unquote, hate the other gender,
Right.
it only comes across as you're the one with the problem, right? It isn't really saying much about the people you're complaining about. It's more or less
Mm-hmm.
about, especially when all that's all you have to say, right? You
Yeah.
can't uplift. Well, ooh, I hate single mom. She's a hoe. And then it's like, bro, you weren't fucking there. What happened? Why are
Yeah.
the parents single? Both for the mom and the dad.
Right.
Well, somebody could have passed away, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe he used to beat the shit out of her, or right,
Mm-hmm.
something or
Yeah.
other. It's like, well, then that's her fault. Well, then if that's her fault, then that's not your problem, then, bro.
Exactly. Well, society is so quick to judge people. And
Yep.
exactly, they don't know the backstory. They don't know what happened, but the younger youth, they're gonna follow suit. And I think we as the older generation are we kind of misguided them as well. Um,
We have to
it,
always act like they're always watching.
yeah, exactly. And they are, as children.
Yep.
Come on, like how many times did we not see our parents get into it and work it out? Now they worked it out then. Now it's like they
Yeah.
fight, and it's like there's no resolution to everything. So that trauma stays within the children. And so they don't know how to
Yep.
behave or how to act in relationships when they get older. Um,
Yeah.
it's yeah,
And some dudes,
it's crazy.
sometimes you could tell like how they're raised. Like if like say with like a single mom meets a son, and he comes
Yeah,
out kind of like a man, right? He'll he'll
yeah,
he'll be like over like a cartoon character version of a man. Because to him,
yeah,
that the only time he was raised was when he was put in front of a TV or whatever, and he
right.
saw a character on a movie, and that's how he thinks a man is supposed to act. And then he translates that
Yeah.
into his real life because to him that's normal. And then
Well,
when a
that's what they
woman's
saw.
well, and
Yeah.
then when it reversed it, when it's a woman raised by a single mom or a single dad, whatever the fuck, she's like
Mhm.
very promiscuous. You know what I mean? Because that's to her, that's what she saw
That's
her mom
that's what they
growing
saw.
up being.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Exactly. You know, that's what I'm saying. Like both parties, it's important for like that family structure. You know, eh, because I mean, how can, like, for example, like I raised my kids alone, but they had their dad and they had my dad as a role model. You know, but
Yeah.
even now as they're older, right, they kind of struggle in relationships, right, because they really don't know what it is to be in a solid relationship. I don't want to say I blame myself for that, because whatever, like you say, whatever happened between me and their dad, it's like it's not for them to try to understand what happened, you know. But
Yeah.
I still try to instill the like the lessons, right? Like, look, you can't do that to women, you can't do that, you know, this is how you're supposed to behave. um Communication is important, you know. And that's
Yes.
what's lost. Communication has been lost. Like they don't want to deal, they don't want to resolve nothing, you know. They just want to fight, they want to argue, they want to see who's right, who's wrong, you know. And it's like it's not about that, it's about sitting down at the table, meeting halfways, you know. See how
Yeah.
you guys could raise the children together. And it's like, yeah, it's crazy. They're like, well, their thing is like, well, you never resolved it. It's like sometimes things are not meant to be resolved, you know, or just don't
Yeah.
work out, you know. And I think also there's relationships, right, where it's like it's just not gonna work, right? But
Yeah.
making the attempt is what matters, you know, trying to work it out. And people just don't do that. They don't have the time to work it out, or they don't want to work it out. They're just like, oh, whatever, move on to the next one, you know. And then they start another cycle with another family and another one and another one, you know. And
Yep.
children get lost in the whole process. Yeah, it's crazy.
Because then, like the mom, like a mom will bring a stepdad and her dad will bring a stepmom in. And it's like that man or woman doesn't even have a child themselves, so they don't even know how to treat a child to begin with. And now
Yeah,
they
exactly.
have to essentially reset, like go
Yeah,
back, like everything they were taught before. They have to forget about and relearn it from somebody who doesn't even know how to teach them, because they
yeah.
themselves by default don't even know. Because in
That's
essentially
true.
what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to, if you have kids, right, you're supposed to groom them and help, for the future, and
Guide
show
them.
them what it's supposed to
Yeah,
be, and they're supposed to pass down that same
right.
instilled mindset. Because when you go
Yeah,
into
I
a
mean,
relationship, you're supposed to know what the roles are. Because from you were watching your mom and dad do it.
yeah, exactly. Exactly. Well, that, like I said, that's lost now because there's so many relationships that are just they just fall apart. Period. You know. Um,
Yeah,
I just feel like I don't know what it is. Like people just have children just to have children, just to be like, oh yeah, you know, it's
just to have
women are
your
supposed
tax
to
to
have
pay.
children, but it's more than just having children, right? It's about upbringing them, like having them have some
Creating the
sense of
future.
stability. Yeah, and the stability is important. You know. Um.
Exactly. That's the main
Yeah.
one.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're supposed to install what you were taught growing up, and then
Hmm.
you should not only just tell them, but just show them more so. Because you can tell somebody something a million times, but if they don't see you
Right.
doing what you were trying to install into them, it's gonna fall on deaf ears because there's nothing to substantiate anything. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Exactly. It's about example, leading by example, you know. Um,
Yeah.
like even like I tell my kids, like, because my kids already have children and everything, right? And I tell them like, okay, I understand, like you trying to work it out, whatever, right? But being in a relationship doesn't mean that you just have to be there because you have children. You know what I mean? You have to make sure
Yeah.
that you're creating a good atmosphere for them. If you're gonna be fighting all the time and doing stuff like that, it's best not to even, you know, keep going in that direction. But at least give it a good attempt to work it out. You know?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Don't be
yeah,
fickle, but don't be naive.
yeah, and don't try to force something that's not gonna be, because there's back
Exactly.
in the days, remember, in like traditional marriages, right? People wouldn't separate, but they would go through so much trauma, like fucking
Yeah.
domestic violence, right? And the woman would stay there because it was like, that's my role. I need to stay here. I'm married, you know.
Just to keep
Um,
up appearance.
yeah, and that's toxic too for the children. I understand that, you know.
That's
But
even worse. Staying is probably worse than leaving.
yeah,
Because
yeah,
if
because
you
it
stay
hurts.
just for the sake of staying, you're teaching them, well, this is okay. You're supposed to.
Exactly, exactly. You know, it's about teaching your kids about respect, you know. And respect for me is, I always say, it's key, you know. You
Yep.
can't be in a relationship and be disrespecting each other, because that's what you're teaching your children as well, you know. um
Yep.
but but the way society is going right now, it's like it's complete disrespect. Like don't even value your partner anymore, you know. Don't even try it anymore, you know. it's freaking weird, like the way things are falling apart, you know. Um,
Yep.
and then then what's gonna happen, right? We don't have no more like people having children or whatever, right? Um, I don't know if it's like I don't know if it's intentional, like government wise, right? Because they are trying to like the whole population
Oh,
control,
it
whatever, you
is.
know.
It is. Yep.
Yeah. So
The whole point
yeah,
is
I don't
to
know.
discourage you from wanting to create a bloodline and a legacy.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. Yeah. And it's like
So
even
you
too
can get a
like women
population. Oh, go ahead. My bad.
women are no like women are starting to have children like at older ages, right? Or like people are like they're just putting off having children till they get older, and it's like they put their careers before anything, right? Um,
Exactly.
and it's okay. I mean, don't get me wrong, but you're still like delaying the process. Like I don't know. It's just
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel women, you know, procreation. I'm pro procreation, right? Like children
Yeah.
need to be here, but also teaching them the right lessons and how to navigate life properly. Not just have children, just have them out there like running around, like running amok, you know.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it's crazy.
It's sad too because biologically, right? I'm not talking shit, right? I'm talking like
Yeah,
medical wise. I mean, if a
right,
woman is to have a baby older, that's bad for the baby because the older you get, for both men and women, right, your body
right,
decays, right? So it's not producing
right,
stuff as much, and especially for a woman who needs to be more healthier because she's the one holding the
yeah,
baby, right?
right,
The woman's body at least takes longer or develops less the nutrients of the body to feed the baby. And then when the
right.
child's born, which is older, it comes out like. And I'm not talking shit about either the woman or the right baby at all.
No, but
Okay,
it's scientific. Yeah, they come out more with substantially with Down
mentally
syndrome
determined.
or
Yeah,
yeah, you know,
autism and
that's the
stuff like
truth.
that too.
Yeah, it's true. You know, like women have, I think, a certain time bracket, right, where they should be procreating, right?
Right.
Um, like that's why I say, like, oh, your clock is ticking or whatever, you know. Um,
Yeah.
and not just that, it's just like, okay, so you're older and you have your children, and it's like you're an old parent, pretty much. You're old. You don't have. I can't say you don't love your children the same, but it's like you only have limited time with your children when like when you have children at an older ages, like
Yep.
you know,
That's a great point.
you're not fully creating your children. Like you're gone. You're gonna be gone by 60 or whatever, 65, whatever the average death rate is, right, for men or
Yeah.
women, right? It's like
Yeah.
now you're having a child, and it's like you only have like 10 years left in your life, you know. It's
Yep. That's
it's
crazy.
crazy. It's crazy to me. Yeah.
And then it's like the child grows up and they're only with you for like maybe 10, 20 years tops. It's like, what
Exactly.
the hell, right?
Exactly.
And
You
I'm
know.
not saying like that births like that are all the same because I'm sure there's women who've older and their child's healthy and they're healthy. I'm just saying
Yeah.
predominantly.
But like, okay, for example, I'll talk about like Robert De Niro and what's that other guy's name? What's that other actor? Al Pacino, right? They're like
Yeah,
already in their 80s and they have a child, right? How much of your time are you gonna give your child? You know, top like 10 years, right? Because nobody lives to like 95 or whatever it is, you know. But
yeah,
even at that, you're an old frail man. Like, how are you gonna raise a child at that age? You know,
exactly.
that's crazy. Like, I never understood that.
You should be a great grandfather by that time.
Exactly. You know, exactly. And not just that, like your grandchildren, like raising not raising your grandchildren, but having you already raised your kids, and it's time for your grandchildren. You give them that time to your grandchildren. You know,
Yeah,
but no, they're old men already trying to have children, and it's like you're really not giving them a chance. You know, you're not. I don't know. I just find that weird.
that is very weird. I don't think I would want. I'm at that age. I couldn't possibly even want to think about that.
Right? Exactly. I'm 43, and yeah, my boyfriend tells me like, oh, you know, how about we have a kid? I'm like, I'm 43. I already have. I'm going to my third grandchild. Do you think really that I have the stamina, you know, to like raise another kid? Like hell no, you know, no. I
That's a
already
whole,
did my raising. I'm good, you know.
that's a whole process.
Exactly. You know, I'm like, I'm not ready. Hell no, I'm not ready to start over. Like, no, 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 definitely not. You know, I mean, the idea, it's beautiful, right? Like when you create something with
Yeah,
somebody that you love, like it's beautiful. But like, really, like, are we at that age where we could start over? Like, no, I don't think I am. You know, I don't.
you
No,
gotta
I
be
don't see that
comfortable with that.
happening. Yeah, no,
I will
no,
say though, this is just like a selfish thing, right? But
no.
I really do, and I'm very much pro family. I really am. I
Yeah.
wholeheartedly encourage people to have babies. There's some people who I've met who do have kids, and I'm like,
Hmm.
ah, man, you just why are you a parent, bro?
Oh yeah, I've seen that before. Yeah.
Like they're just there just for the sake of like collecting taxes on them or whatever.
Yeah, the welfare. You know, welfare, whatever it is. It's sad because you know what? Like growing up, like your children feel that. You know, like, oh, I'm just a check. You know, I'm just
Yeah,
here to like. It's sad. They feel it too. You know, that's
think
where
of
you create all that instability, all that how do you say it, security issues. You know, insecurities and
yeah.
stuff like that. Yeah. Yeah.
I would say that there's a lot of people, both men and women, in prison right now who wish they had
Yeah.
both either the parents who disciplined them, who checked them on
Yeah.
things, or you know what I mean. I'm not saying
Hmm.
all it's all. I know it's case by case, it's all different. But it's like a lot of the
Yeah.
reason that a lot of those guys are in prison because a parents didn't give a shit about them. Yeah, you can
Exactly.
do whatever you want. You could go outside and hang with your friends and get drunk, high, and even if you're a kid.
Because they had no guidance. You know, there's
Yep.
no guidance there. Yeah. Yeah.
That
Definitely.
that probably be in modern day times. The biggest problem is the parents don't want to be parents; they want to be their kids' friends.
Yeah, that's true. You know, I see that too, but also again, right, with the government, how they step in and think, oh, don't hit your kids, don't discipline your kids. Kids need to be
Yep.
disciplined. You know, they need to be disciplined. Like you can't be soft on children because they
Because
derail. It's the
when
truth. You know,
you
children derail. You know,
when you
when they could
discipline
run all
them,
over
you're
you.
teaching them boundaries.
Yeah. And they do. You see all these young kids how they disrespect their parents. Like, dude, even I don't know if you seen like those videos on TikTok, right, where they flinch at their parents. Dude, my mom would
Oh
like
yeah, I've
tear
seen
my
that.
head
I've
off
seen
for
that.
doing that. You know, like I would
Yeah,
never dare do that to my mom. You know, hell no.
exactly.
Mm-mm.
There's
Right,
another
but
one with the shut up challenge where they would the mom would film the dad. The mom would
yeah,
be in on it. Like the mom would tell the kid to do something, and
yeah,
the mom would tell the kid to tell the mom to shut up just to record the dad's. Um,
reaction, yeah,
yeah, it's like oh man, if I found out I was on one of those videos, bro, I'd be so mad at
right,
both of them. You know what
exactly.
I mean? It's like
Like how you play me like that? Yeah, you know, how you
because then
play me like
someone can
that?
take the video out of context and be like, hey, because he's abusive or she's
Exactly. Look at
abusive,
like
right?
yeah, yes, definitely, definitely. Like he's ready to smack him. He's ready to hit him. You know, like yeah, that's wrong. That's putting your partner in a bad light. You know, for sure.
There's some discipline that doesn't always require hitting them right. You can just sit them down and talk to them. And after a while,
Right.
if you keep telling them they don't do it over and over and they don't listen to it, then you're gonna have to, up
Yeah.
it up a notch just to like, all right, I
Yeah.
broke a fence to the guy, but it's okay. We can just talk about it.
Yeah.
Well, fuck
Yeah.
no, that's $1,000 on my pocket. That means $1,000
Yeah.
off the food on the table, $1,000 off the
Yeah.
bills of the house, just because you wanted to be, funny or edgy or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, I felt it's I don't know how you feel about homosexuality or whatever, but I seen this one video, right, where the son's like he's streaming and he's like he's putting his makeup on. His dad walked in, right? It had me bawling. I was crying when I seen this, right? And
Oh yeah,
the dad comes in. Yeah, no, the dad comes in. He's like, I don't care what you look like. I don't care who you are, what you are. He's like, no matter what, I support you. I love you. You know, you're my son or my whatever you want to be. That
hell no.
but no, but that support is important. You know what I mean? Like you can't judge your kids for what they are. You know what I mean? Um, sometimes
Now,
it's
parents like that,
genetically.
those people need to be investigated
Why?
because they're probably fucking touching their kids or
Do you
grooming them
think
to
so?
be something. Hell yeah.
No, because I
Without a
think
doubt.
the dad walked in on him and he was surprised that his son was doing that, right? Okay, so you have to understand, like, and this is what I learned in my psychology class, right? For men being homosexuals, right? sometimes that, well, no, it's not a choice. There's homosexuals by birth, right? I don't know how you if you know, like
Oh, that's
when
so
you're
diaper.
first, no, when you're first conceived, you know, we're all women, right? You're all females when we're first conceived. It's not until like maybe the second trimester, right, where you're actually like physiology, right?
Well,
That's
we're
when your
genderless.
test,
That was debunked in 2017,
was it?
I believe. 17, 18. Yeah, but we're
Okay, so
genderless. We're neither.
I I I went to college. I went when I learned this. It was like 2002. So maybe I'm a little behind it, you know. But they say that when women become lesbians, it's by choice, you know. Men are psychologically or physiologically, blah, however you say it, homosexuals. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know, you know. But not necessarily does it have to be that they're being sexually assaulted by their parents or anything. That some men are just like that, you know. I went to school with this kid. We all knew since like when we were little that he was gay, you know, like he had the female traits. He will move like a female. Like we knew he was gay, right? And it is what it is, you know. But what I'm trying to say is like the parental support, right? Not judging your kids, sitting down with them, talking to them, like what's going on with you? What is the problem? Like, is this something you choose, or is this something that you're being pushed to be? Just find an understanding to why kids are acting the way they do.
Like it's the tub table I meter.
Do you understand what I mean?
That's. Do you really want my opinion on it? Or?
Yeah. I'm interested.
If my kid were to turn out like that, I promise you, that means I failed
You really think so?
wholeheartedly, beyond a
I don't
shadow of a
know.
doubt. I failed.
Okay.
That
Well, yeah. I
means
mean,
that
I
means
would understand.
that it's one
Uh,
of two things.
uh,
Majority wise, that teachers in
mhm.
school are essentially pushing that onto children at a very young age because their minds are very susceptible at that age, so they're easily
Yeah.
corruptible, more or less, right? To be
Okay.
used,
Okay. But
not to be.
let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Say, I don't know if you have children or not, right? But say, for example, you did everything right, right? You taught your son how to be a man, like a man, right? You did everything right. You schooled him. You lectured him. You told him what's right from wrong, right? And he turned out to be homosexual. You would still have a problem with that?
If they're adults, then they're adults. But even then, with that,
Yeah.
how I was raised, how my, I'm trying to be as very clear about it, but I was also not be
Yeah.
all.
Insensitive. Yeah. Go ahead.
No, not necessarily that. It's just I'm trying to be very direct. With
Go ahead.
that, that's different because they're able to make a conscious decision as an adult. That's different.
Yes. Right.
But young, walking in on my kid doing
Mhm.
makeup and shit like that, that's nah. That shit's demonic and degenerative as fuck.
But you would have to ask, right? Because let's say you did everything right and he's still doing that. Like would you like just pretty much judge him right away, or would you like try to find out where this is coming from?
The
Where
root
it
of
stems
it,
from?
the
Yeah.
root cause. Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be the first thing.
Right.
The not
Right. I
judging
mean,
thing,
so
that's stupid.
well,
You
not
have to judge 24/7 because judging can keep you alive or kill you.
yeah, I guess so. In a way,
Walking by a
I
dark
mean,
alley, looking at it, judgment will tell
I mean,
you, nah, I don't want to go down that dark alley
yeah. Well,
because
see,
there could be certain dangers in there.
I say it's easy for me to say, right? Because my kids are they're not homosexuals, whatever, you know. So, um, and to be honest with you, I don't know if I'd have a problem if one of them was, you know. But even so, like I'm glad they weren't, you know. I'm glad none of them are homosexual, and not just
You
because
did
I'm
a
being
great job.
fucking like, I guess, but it's not just that. I feel like when they suffer a lot, you know. They go through a lot. Being homosexuals, whatever, you know. But even so, I don't think I would try to find out what happened, you know, why they decided to go on that route. But once they're
You know,
adults,
there's
like
a high statistic of them being touched, though, right, by a family member. That's what it's
yeah,
usually done by too. Because gay
I heard
people
of
aren't
that
born;
too.
they're essentially recruited. because they can't make a baby, right? So their numbers are essentially dependent on more or less recruitment, right? For lack of a better word. That
well, okay, so I could see that now, right, with this whole woke movement where it's like, oh, let them be whatever they be, and you have these fucking parents dressing this 1-year-old like a little girl, dressing him up like boy, you know? That right there, I disagree with, you know?
Your baby either.
That's wrong. I find that to be wrong. I don't know. I would not stand for that, you know? Like, how are you gonna tell me not gender my child? My child's born a female. It's born a fucking male, you know? No, that's wrong. Yeah, by all means, that's wrong. You know? But
the thing is, too, very young, like, children like to pretend, right? They tell themselves they're dinosaurs, they're astronauts, they're Spider-Man, they're the Hulk, this and the third, right? Even of the behavioral character and trait, there's tomboy girls. And there's a little feminine boys. That doesn't mean that necessarily means they're gay and lesbian, though, right?
I was a tomboy forever. I was like, I used to wear the baseball hats. I was a mean tomboy. I used to play with G.I. Joes and shit like that, you know. But it came to a point where it's like, where I knew that like the opposite sex, I was attracted to the opposite sex, you know. But then there's kids that don't see that, right? So it's like, how can you be like so hard on them if they don't see that, you know what I mean? Like they can't I don't know what I'm trying to say.
Plays a bigger detrimental role in your kid's life than being judgmental, because you're actually helping catering them to make a better decision for themselves and their bloodline. Not only just yours too, but theirs as well.
Yeah, I understand your point. I guess I understand your point. Yeah, you know, you have to make sure you pretty much align them to what's right. You know, I get that, but I guess, like you said, when it comes to them having a conscious decision, and if that's what they decide to do, then by all means, I think I'd be more supportive, you know. I don't know, that's just me.
The odd thing about it too, which always goes like swept under the rug when these type of talks happen, it's almost like you're essentially not, I guess, well, fuck it, I'll just say it, like you're forcing the parent to allow their kid to be gay. Like, you know what I mean? I'm the one who made that child, not the person advising me, not the opinion, right?
Well,
so
I don't think I would ask for external help. Like you know, I'm not gonna be like, oh, I think my son's gay. What do you think I should do? Like that's something that's it's kept within the home. You know, like
no, not that. More or less, I'm the person. You know what I mean? The advice. Hey, what would you do if your kid's gay? Well, I wouldn't accept it. Well, why not? It's like, fucking, that's my child, motherfucker. I'm the one who made him. You're not allowed an opinion. Because believe it or not, just a little detail on me. I'm very much far right. I'm very, very much far right. Like to the point where Donald Trump's not my guy. No.
Yeah.
I don't even like him.
Right.
I'm not a Trump guy. I'm not just out myself, right? I'm gonna be straight up real. I don't fucking care. This is my square and I stand on it. I'm not a Hitler guy. I'm not a Trump guy. I'm a Hitler guy. Like flat out, straight up.
Is that right?
And the instilled lost. No, I should say this. The lost values in society, more or less today, are more or less along the lines of very much liberal and very much. You're supposed to surrender to the whatever the majority is at the political moment, be it or whatever. Even if it's on the religious aspect, you're supposed to be in agreement silently with the secular type of nation. So you're fooling yourself, right? If you just sit back and just accept whatever the majority is doing.
Right. You mean like not be a sheeple, in other words, yeah? I get it.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Yeah. It comes to every individual situation, like to each its own, right? But for example, like I there's certain things I do not go along with. That's why a lot of people don't like my opinion, because they're like, oh, she's very unbiased. It's not that I'm unbiased. It's just like, I feel like for me, it's like I know what's right from wrong. You know what I mean? Like, you're not gonna tell me, oh, like, you know, go against these people because everybody else is going against them. You know, like no, like well, I'm gonna question why the fuck are we going against these people? You know what I mean? What harm are they causing society? Whatever. And right now that's what's going on, right? It's like, oh, go against all these people because you know the government's telling us that they're wrong in what they're doing, right? Um, like this whole evangelistic situation that's going on, right? There's like, oh, we're doing all this, like all these deportations because you know what, that's God's plan. Like, come on, you miss me with that bullshit. It's an excuse, you know. um I don't know. People need to be wise enough, and they need to learn how to decipher shit in society, you know. Like you know, it's, you know, this is wrong, you know it's wrong. You don't need nobody to step in and tell you that's wrong, you know. um I just, I don't know. That's just the way I feel. Like I always question everything, right? Like even what right now, what you're telling me, it's like I understand your point, I respect your point, but I mean, maybe I'll disagree with some of the things that you're telling me, but that's me, right? It's like you tell me, no, 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 that's wrong. Okay, you're telling me that's wrong, but I don't feel that it's wrong sometimes. You know what I mean? It's um, like for me, it's like I could tell you you're wrong, and you're gonna be like, well, you're wrong. You know what I mean? It's okay to
Yeah,
disagree.
who I have a discussion with, nothing changes on my end, right? It's just a discussion, right?
Yeah, yeah,
That's the problem that a lot of people don't have today, because a lot of people want to fight. And I'm
yeah,
not scared
yeah,
of a fight. I don't mind it. I can throw hands to anybody, but
yeah.
essentially what
But it's not
happened,
about,
what
it's not
got
about
lost was the
fighting.
dialogue. The
Yeah, it's not
dialogue
about
got lost.
fighting.
If
Yeah,
you hear anything you don't like, and everyone wants to gang up, get him out of here, get him, cancel him, cancel him, cancel her. And it's like,
yeah. Exactly, exactly. That's what I can't stand. It's like, why can't we all sit on the table, have a discussion, and you know, whoever's right is right, and it's not about who's right. It's again, it's individual. Your individual beliefs, right? You're still gonna go
yeah,
on about yourself, the way you carry yourself, and how you value yourself. You know,
I
I
never
can't
try
judge
to
you for
change
what your
I
beliefs.
try to
Yeah,
hurt people.
yeah. I
I
respect
never even
everybody's
tell people
opinion.
until that.
Yeah, I have no issue with that. Like your beliefs are your beliefs, and you know, and I appreciate that
Yeah,
you're listening to me, and it's okay. You know, like we don't agree on certain topics, and that's fine. You know, um,
yeah.
by the end of the day, you're still gonna do what you're gonna do and believe what you're gonna believe. I'm not here to convince you otherwise. You know, that's just the way
Yeah,
that I
I
move.
get the word. Yeah,
Yeah, that's good. I appreciate this conversation. You know, I do.
these are
Some
the
people
type of
don't find
talks that
value in
people are
that.
scared of. I think the real reason why
Yeah,
they're using violence is because they're too mentally incapable of doing it. So they use anger and violence as a mask to disguise that they can't have it.
yeah. They weaponize it for sure. You know, they
Until they
weaponize.
come across somebody who's actually with the violence too, and in which case they're essentially disarmed after that. They can't do nothing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, let me see. Hold on.
That's the
Hey,
funny
I'm
thing
gonna
too,
get out.
because when you see all these people, oh
Yeah. So I'm gonna get off because I'm getting a call, but
yeah,
it was great talking to you. Yeah, we'll have a discussion again
I
pretty
appreciate
soon,
you
okay?
coming by. We gotta talk again.
Yeah, no
I
problem.
appreciate you.
I
God
appreciate
bless.
you too. I'll see you later. You too. Bye.
All right, see you. Or put your link in the back chat, and I could share your link. Never mind. Yep. Hope everybody liked that. That was a chill discussion. I love these, right? My opinion, bro, here's the fucked up thing, right? I am so fucking tame on other people's platforms. Like, you have absolutely no idea. I am so nice and polite because, you know what I mean? I respect where I'm at because, you know what I mean? They're letting me chill with them. Not that I'm, exalting them in any way, but that's their platform and that's their rules, right? So I keep my thing to myself. I can only really voice my opinion and thoughts where I am, both mentally, right? This, that, and the third, on my own shit. Because whatever happens, whatever the repercussions are, I can, just when I say this, I do not give a flying fuck what they are, right? This is me. I am an open book. I am open to the world's interpretation. I'm not going to correct or convert you or change your mind on anything. I'm here to just be me. I don't have a facade on. My name is Gas Mask, right? But I don't. I'm very much clear about who I am. And the biggest problem nowadays is people are scared of dialogue. They really are. Mind you, it's not forced. You don't have to talk to anybody. But if you want a civilized society, to be able to have it to where it's careful around our children, then I think it's better to have these. You can go along about each other, respect each other's space. Don't what's the word? Impend on it or what's that goddamn word? Oh shit, I'm blanking. Don't tread on people. Fucking dumbass. I had a brain fart. Oh boy. That was good. That was good. That was good. Let me hit y'all with a quick commercial break and I'll hit y'all right back. And a hopeful smile. Hello, hello. Oops. What's going on here? What's up with the audio? Can anybody hear me? I can't hear myself. Let me change the audio settings. That was a damn good show. Damn, I get so hamped up when I have great discussions, bro. It's great. To the shout outs, shout out to the crash outs, shout out to In and Out. Pause just in case. It's not often that I do this, right? I know I said I was going to be going live all week, but I don't fucking know, man. I don't. But Thursday is my favorite day to go live for some reason, right? But to close out, I would say this: stand on your square. For blood and for soil, salute to victory. God bless. See y'all on the next one. I am out this bitch. Peace out. Bum, 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 bum.